situation. Yes, ma'am. Come on to the mic now.
Hello, I'm a student at Grissom High. Um, Before this freshman year, I went to Randolph, so I was underneath their block schedule with the carousel. Um,
Another version of a block?
yes, yes.
See, that's Randolph.
Yes. Very effective. So I understand like where the block people are coming from. However, there were I had heard that 4x4 the board was leaning toward a 4x4 schedule, and we started a petition online against this, and it voiced many of the concerns that Miss Elisa Farrell brought up, that our other student brought up. I didn't know who he is actually. So we had over 500 people sign this.
So what's your question?
We don't run the school system on petitions.
I realize.
Now, what's the question, sweetness?
The question was, I'm sorry. I wanted to, actually, it wasn't really a question, it was just I wanted to make sure that modified block and traditional block, like the differences were seen and like considered in this decision, you know, and I want to be sure that that happened.
It did.
Okay.
So, just to double check, we're not looking at traditional block for everybody, we're looking at modified block for everybody.
Correct.
Well, we're getting pretty close to the expertise part of this business.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't do the school system on petitions.
Well, yes, I understand.
We do it on expertise. The district hires professionals.
Mhm.
The board hires professionals to do this stuff. They govern, we run the school system. The determination of what is best for students is a professional decision. Based on the input I've gotten from my principals and what we've already done, what I discussed tonight was we're going to move forward with the modified block. And we're looking at the 2017-18 time frame. We want plenty of time to do the PD. We want to do plenty of time to do it thoughtfully. If we learn something along the way, we'll take that into account. But that's kind of the way we're headed. So I think the answer is modified block.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. You go back. What's your classification?
What grade level
What
are
grade?
you?
Oh, you be gone. I didn't mean it like that.
I have a little brother.
Okay.
I'm concerned.
Okay.
Very concerned about this, so
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, sir.
Hey,
Could you ask your question, please?
First of all, one of the principals mentioned that this was not a problem for the band directors. The band directors I've spoken to are very much in disagreement with that idea. So I don't think that it's a smooth transition for band. My question, though, is more of a process kind of question. You've indicated, Dr. Wernitzky, that we are moving forward with this. We have been led to believe that the school system is looking for parent input. If the decision's already been made, why are we pretending like we're getting input?
I said we're moving forward. I didn't say we're there. We've got 18 months to evaluate. If we hear something new or if we see things we don't like as we go, we can adjust. We're not implementing it this year or next. We're implementing 17-18 if it proceeds as we anticipate. The school system has to take a direction, though, because we have to resource. We have to give our principals some idea of where we're going to end up. So my guidance to them was we're moving in the direction of modified block for 17-18. Let's begin the professional development. If we learn something along the way that tells us this is not a good choice, then we'll adjust.
Okay. Well, you mentioned that schools can't be run by petition, but I do think that parent input is incredibly important. Parents see up close and personal what their kids are going through. Many of the parents, at least in this town, are teachers or former teachers, and they have some valid concerns about where we're going. So I think that the school board it would be a good idea for the school board to pay attention if the public, puts together petitions or what have you, to listen to those concerns.
Again, there's 18 months to be heard. And I will be visiting with the band directors at Huntsville and Grissom to double check, but I've already visited with Grissom's, and I have a different impression of their thoughts on the modified block.
I think that the proper protocol for your band directors that you've spoken with is for them to communicate their concerns to their administrator, because they know that's the proper protocol, for that time. But anyway, are there any more questions?